Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Going to be talking about the Intellivision Amico today and 3 reasons the system should not have a cartridge slot. Now, as many of you know, the Intellivision Amico was sort of a reimagined version of the original Intellivision, sort of loosely patterned after the console that a lot of us grew up playing. I've got a huge Intellivision collection and I did grow up playing it. Love the console, so I'm excited about the Amico. But originally, when I heard about the Amico and I started learning more about it, I thought it should definitely have a cartridge slot where you could play your original games. And how cool would it be to kick back on your couch and play some classic Burger Time and its sequel, console sequel Diner on your Intellivision. Just kick back on your couch, plug those cartridges in. How awesome would that be? And then when I found out the Amico, when more and more information came to light that it was not going to have a cartridge slot, I thought that was kind of stupid and kind of a bummer. But the more I've thought about it, the more I think it's actually a good thing that the Amico is not going to ship with a cartridge slot. So I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why I think it's a good thing. Because it's just not practical. We all want the Amico to succeed, and I think a cartridge slot would actually be a negative. So let me tell you why. So number 3. Intellivision wants to sell their original games via downloads. And so just from a pure business standpoint, from a practical standpoint, having a cartridge slot on there would lose Intellivision sales. We all want the company to be successful, and if that's another reason, another way for the company to make money, I'm kind of okay with that. I've thought about, would it benefit me, the consumer, for the Amico to have a cartridge slot? Sure. I've got, I don't even know how many television games I have, and it would be awesome if I could just plug them in and play them, and it would save me some money. But, I want the Amico to succeed. I want Intellivision to succeed. And if they can make quite a bit more money by, charging for digital versions of these games, I guess I'm okay with that. So I've come to realize that that's fine. I've made peace with that, you might say. Would I love to plug in cartridges? Absolutely. But if this is part of what it takes for the Amico to succeed, which we all want it to, then I'm okay with it. So that's number 3. And this is sort of a minor thing compared to the other 2 things I'm going to be talking about, so that's why it is number 3. So number 2, I'm not sure if Intellivision did a cost-benefit analysis. I don't know if they ever considered having a cartridge slot in the Amico. It sort of seems like a natural to have a cartridge slot in the Amico because it is called an Intellivision. So, hey, you want to play your original Intellivision games? I get that. So it sort of makes sense to have it in there. But I bet if they did a cost-benefit analysis, it would be way into the negative, and let me tell you why. The Intellivision Amico is already $250, and this is more expensive than I believe they had originally talked about. I remember them talking about maybe $160, $180, but over time, as more and more details have come to light, and what they've realized that the console costs to produce and market and everything, it is going to be a $250 console. You don't want it to be $300, which is what I think it would have to be if they put a cartridge slot. Obviously, production costs, parts costs, and all that stuff, it would be more expensive to produce an Amico if it had a cartridge slot. And I think that would push it over the $300 mark, which you don't want. Because the Switch is $300, and you don't want the Amico to be the same price or more than the Switch, just from a marketing standpoint. And if you're going in, if just a typical casual gamer who the Switch or the Amico is marketed to, if they're going in and they see that the Amico is more expensive than the Switch or the same price, they might pick the Switch over it. You want the Amico, Intellivision wants to say that their console is cheaper than the Switch or than, competing consoles. They want to say that it's, a bargain or whatever. And I think if you pushed it over the $300 mark, you'd no longer say that. And on Black Friday, so the Amico is shipping in October, and you're getting close to Black Friday when the PlayStation 4 and the Switch will probably be on sale at different, big box retailers or whatever. You can have all these big discounts, and you don't want the Amico to be more expensive than the Switch. If there's like some great Black Friday sale on the PS4 or the Switch or whatever, you don't want, but just from a pricing point, just from a retail price point, it's going to be, I think $300 would be a deal breaker, so you don't want that. So anyway, so let's get to number 1. Having a cartridge slot on the Amico would not be beneficial for 95% or more of Amico owners, at least according to Intellivision and Tommy Tallarico. Again and again, a lot of you guys have heard Tommy talking on different podcasts and YouTube channels. He's been interviewed about the Amico, and by far and away, the system is being marketed towards moms, casual gamers, people that play games on cell phones, on tablets, and things like that. He wants to take those types of gamers. There's 3 billion of them, according to Intellivision research. You know what they've been saying, and it's out there. You can look it up yourself. There's around 3 billion people who play games on the go on their mobile phones or whatever. And Intellivision Amico is being marketed towards those people. Now, people like us who grew up playing the Intellivision, hardcore Intellivision fans, a lot of us are going to buy the Amico, so we're sort of a built-in audience. But this is a drop in the bucket compared to the moms, the families, the casual gamers, the people that the Amico is primarily being targeted to. And you don't want, I mean, so let's say these types of gamers, these moms, these little kids, these casual gamers, let's say they get their Amico and they open it up, they see a cartridge slot on there. They're going to have no clue what that's for, and it's going to be a little bit puzzling. And so I can see that being a factor of just what is this thing, and it's sort of an unnecessarily feature. You know, if you're going to have features on the Amico, if you're going to tout these different things like the great controller and everything, Intellivision doesn't want to put a feature on the Amico that's going to mean nothing and even be confusing to most people who buy it. And according to the Intellivision, the vast majority, maybe 95% or more of the people that are going to buy the Amico are going to be these moms, these casual gamers, people like that, who maybe not even know what the Intellivision is. So a cartridge slot would be pretty meaningless and would just be an added cost for no reason. Anyway, guys, these are 3 reasons why I think it's actually a good thing the Intellivision Amico does not have a cartridge slot. Again, I would love one just as a consumer and a hardcore Intellivision fan, but I'm not really the Amico's intended audience. Ultimately, it's these casual gamers, these moms, these people wanting a safe couch co-op experience, get the families back together in the living room. These kinds of people, most of them, a cartridge slot is going to be meaningless. So tell me in the comments about what you think about the Intellivision Amico not having a cartridge slot, a port to plug in cartridges. Do you think that's a good thing, a bad thing? Put in the comments below. If you could like this video, I'd really appreciate it. Just below the video here and to the right, click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will talk to you next time.